Howdy, everybody. This is the Creation Creating Podcast. My name is Joshua Bishop.
I'm Ryan Oxner.
And today we want to talk about 21 Pilots, particularly the Drag Path song with the new release of the music video, and then also the movie that's coming out. But considering 21 Pilots as a whole, Ryan, what are your thoughts on 21 Pilots? Why do you like them as a band?
Well, I've heard them when I was a teenager and just thought they were cool, honestly, at first. They have a cool discography that just goes kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
And that stood out to me because I like my playlist jumps all over the place anyway, so even when I'm listening to just their music, it's like, oh, this is a very different vibe all of a sudden.
Okay.
But then their lyrics are very interesting, and at first I honestly didn't get any of the lyrics. Like I didn't see any of the like deeper meanings, and honestly sometimes it annoyed me because I heard them say like it's up to your interpretation, like, and I was like, okay, that's a cop out. Like that just sounds like you don't know what your song's about, you just made random lyrics. But over time I've realized like, no, there's a lot of meaning here. Stuff you can draw out of these songs.
Yeah. I mean, similar. Like, I also listened to them when I was a teenager and still listen to them a ton. And I think a lot of it is just their lyrics have a very, like, a deep connection to, like, human suffering, what humans go through, the struggle of living, but the struggle to continue to live, too. I think it's a lot of their songs focus on that, and I think you can draw a line throughout all of their music and you'll get to Drag Path at the end of it as the same thing. I think it's all really good. So the music video, we'll talk about that first, I think, right?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts when you saw the music video?
I saw the cover photo and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a stop motion. I freaked out.
They've done it once before with Christmas Save the Year.
Yeah,
so.
I went and watched that right after.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, these aren't really connected, but I love that they did that. And it's really interesting that it came from a student film that was like 15 years old.
It was a student film?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was a student film. That's cool.
Yeah, it's like, so this one animator, he's kind of successful now, and like, I forget, I think he works out of Copenhagen, but that was like his first film for like festivals and stuff. That was like his breakout film or whatever. So it's kind of a small underground thing, like it did its thing and it was done. But apparently, like Tyler and Josh, the 21 Pilots band members, they really loved it, like over all this time, and saw how it connected. So when he posted a thing about how they reached out to him, and he's like, I have a completely different worldview than them and everything, but like they saw a lot and how it connected, and I thought that was awesome. And I think it's cool for it to have like a whole new life and a different light with their music and how it connects, because it's cool that it connects so well with the song. Like it just fit perfect. And that's so fitting because the song was like, sorry, back up a little bit on the song.
Go ahead.
Is that the song originally was like a limited release for people who bought like the digital version of their last album. So
which I did, and you did.
I did.
Yeah.
So it was like an exclusive thing, and you couldn't find it on streaming or anything. But then it blew up on TikTok when they somebody made an edit with the song over the puffer fish that like creates the circle in the sand to like attract a mate.
That's how it got popular?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And the actual reference that in the music video, it has one of their symbols from the Blurryface album. Here.
The Blurryface album?
Oh wait, it wasn't from that one. It was
Which
from.
one was it from?
Oh, it's from Trench.
Oh.
It's like one of these medallions that has like a pattern on it, but it actually looks a lot like that pattern that the pufferfish makes to attract a mate.
Interesting.
Because the pufferfish already went viral too.
Right.
But then after that, people started making edits with all kinds of different things, like Stranger Things and Avatar, and like all these different shows and stuff. So it's just so fitting to me that they made their official music video an edit of something that already existed too.
No, that's cool. I didn't think about it that way. I mean, it is a song, like, for a lot of their songs, it's easy to connect it to the lore. And you love connecting to the lore, whatever music videos we have out. And it's all, for some of them, you can also connect it to whatever. I mean, Stressed Out is iconic and always will be. But there's something different about Drag Path that I don't even think they expected it to be that way. It's just how much people can relate to it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter what you believe in, there's something that's true behind it that people are impacted by. Like, it's beautiful, and I want to talk more about it, but the music video is the most prevalent thing. And I did like the stop motion. I confess, upon first watch through, I was disappointed to find out it wasn't a completely new thing that they made. But I wasn't also one of those people that was expecting maybe it's an alternative lore release. Maybe we'll see a different ending to the story. Or maybe we'll see Torchbearer find the new Clancy. I think we're already, like, we know that the lore is done. That's just reaching. We're not Stranger Things fans, okay? We're not going to hope for Conformity Gate or whatever, even though I did fall for Conformity Gate on the last couple of days. Anyways. But I think the beauty of the Drag Path video is that, like what you said, is that it connects to that the wide-ranging application of Drag Path. And I think it is crazy how much it just connects to the story, the idea of Drag Path itself. I think, but that'll go into when we talk about the themes in Drag Path, which, I don't know, do you want to talk about that now? Or you want to talk about something else?
Yeah, we can get into it. Because I think we'll keep kind of going back through it.
Oh yeah, that's the only way.
That's how, like, random little Christian perspective of this is, like, looking at this, I don't know, to me it kind of reminded me of, like, how I read my Bible a little bit. That's going to sound like a weird thing to say, but it's like,
you have to explain that.
The way that, like, when I read my Bible, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this connects to, like, I'm reading Matthew, but then I'm like, oh, this connects to the Torah, and then I'm reading the prophets, and it, like, how much it interconnects. Like, it's not just, it's a bunch of separate stories and separate pieces, but they all are one full thing.
Right.
21 Pilots is kind of the same in the, like, a similar thing, where it's like, these are a bunch of different disconnected songs, like, they're their own song. But then there is this overarching themes and stuff that works throughout, even if it isn't specifically to do with the lore. Like, they have their own storyline that goes through a lot of their songs. Even the ones that aren't still connect to the same themes and ideas and stuff, so that you keep, like, cross-referencing over and over, and you're like, oh, this is kind of like that.
Yeah.
But this music video just connects so well to it.
Oh yeah.
In so many ways. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we should.
You mentioned one of the ways. Well, I'll let you mention it. The one that's easiest to see is the line, "Death inspires me like a dog inspires a rabbit." That's like the most clear, obvious connection that any 21 Pilots fan can get.
And that's, like, the song that, like, in the music videos, kicked off the lore, like, too. So it's, like, immediately a little lore connection if you want to go that route. Because, yeah, it's Heavy Dirty Soul is, like, the first music video that actually is, like, not just, like, they used to have music videos, but this one was the first one that was like, this is Clancy here.
Right. Yeah. Clancy before we knew what Clancy was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so that connection, that one's great. And I've always liked that line, that, and you can see it, again, this goes back to the interconnections and how everything just has an overarching theme. That's just Tyler's pursuit of life and fear of death. I think that is a big part of a lot of his music.
Yeah.
And I think any good creator, Christian or not, is going to have things like that in their work. Not everything you create is going to follow the same theme, but I think everything you do create is going to be from you, so you can connect them all together. I mean, that's why Scripture is so beautiful, like you said, because it's all interconnected, because it's all from God. It's the most perfect way that's done. It's got the most astounding interconnections possible. I mean, you can look up just a chart of all all the connections of Jesus throughout the Bible, and it's amazing to look at, just the lines that intersperse throughout all the references in Scripture. But that in small form is how many creators are supposed to be. Any good creator is going to be connecting to his art, and you're going to know it's his art kind of thing. Yeah.
And that's kind of in a way what Drag Path is about.
Yeah.
It's like this drag path could be, that's how a lot of people interpret it, at least. It's like this message that is like drawn in everything he does. Like, it's not just like the kicking in the gravel per se, but it's like the kicking in the gravel could be everything that he's released, everything you see that he does. It's like these little messages that are in there, and you can follow it to what the actual like meaning is to be found in whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't inspect the music video like deeply, but there is the part near the climax where the dog is chasing the rabbit, and the rabbit's passing by all these things in the forest, like little picture frames. I'm assuming, I didn't look at them, but I'm assuming it's more of the pictures of his family in like the magician stuff or something. I don't really know.
Yeah, I haven't actually looked. That's the one part I didn't get to look into much yet.
So maybe I'm making a massive assumption right now, but that is kind of what like the drag path is the evidences you leave behind, the evidences of your life, the evidences of how God has worked in your life, stuff like that. And it's kind of visualized there. Maybe I'm making too big of a leap because I didn't really look into it, but that's, at least on first watch through, that's what I was getting.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
What else about the music video? Or the song itself?
Yeah, there's so much. The music video really just brought out a lot, though, in connection to the song and all the other songs. One is that, just since we brought up the Heavy Dirty Soul, and like that's the start of the lore, it actually goes a little bit further back because the rabbit looks so much like Tyler did in his Holding On To You music video, which was before Heavy Dirty Souls and their Vessel album. That was like one of their first like more popular. They're starting to get like a following. It's like more of a cult following, especially then.
Yeah.
But that was one of their like first official videos that was like iconic. He was like dressed in a tuxedo with like a white bow tie, or not even a tuxedo. It was like just dressed up, and he had like a leather jacket on. But
I thought it was a suit.
It kind of. It's like I think it was a leather jacket though. Like,
really?
Josh looked a lot more casual because he had like a skeleton T-shirt and a jacket.
Right.
But it was a nice leather jacket, like cut like a blazer, but it's like looked like it had like buttons and stuff, like the. I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever. He was wearing a suit. He was wearing a black suit. It was, and a white bow tie.
Okay.
And that's how the rabbit's dressed too. It's like very like.
Yeah.
But I mean, like a magician, but it looked.
Right.
The same. And I think that connection is very prevalent because Holding On To You is talking about holding on to God, really, too. So it's like having that connection, saying like, if we think of it as like, don't start just at Heavy Dirty Soul, which is also, can you save my heavy dirty soul, is obviously like talking to God too.
Right.
But it's like saying, like, no, we're holding on to you, and then for the end of the video to be like hand of God looking, coming out of the sky and like holding on to him, like I think that connection's there too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I love this song. It's a great song, and I love the music video is great. The more I've ruminated on it, it's been great. I think particularly is the last part of the music video that comes at the end of the song, where it's just like you're getting into all the emotions of the song. You've already been like, I don't know, the way I listen to like emotional songs like that is that the emotions begin to build up slowly, and then at the climax you're at the point where you're ready to cry. It hits that where the singing becomes softer or more impactful, and the lyrics you're hearing, though it's a repeated chorus, you're just hearing the lyrics in just a fresher way because you've had your emotions built up to that point. And then in the music video, you're seeing the visualization of what those lyrics are trying to say. In that, I think I heard, I don't know who I heard it from, but it's the that when, and sometimes in the darkest moments of your life, when the devil's eye is on you, you need God to be the one that pulls you out of it, which is the whole pulling the rabbit out of the hat. And I know that in the original animation, it has its own meaning, but in its connection to this music video and to the song, it's just the fact that God, that you can't escape God. God will pull you back out from the devil's grasp.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a beautiful moment. And yeah, like the bunnies dying tragically was horrifying and really sad, but that moment is the moment I was most ready to cry, because it's just beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. And I love the imagery of it. I was texting you, and your sister is also obsessed with 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
But I think that imagery is like, not only did he pull him out of the situation, but it's like he comes out of the hat, and it's like, I don't know if I saw that as like being born again.
Right.
It's like being born into this new world, and some people I've seen write about how it's like, you could interpret it as like God plucked him out of, like, because a lot of his songs were his mental health and how he struggled as a kid and stuff, and he's like trying to get out of that, and but then it's like God pulled him out of that and made him a performer.
Yeah.
Like he used that like experience and everything of his fear of death and stuff to reach other people, and it has like, he gets pulled out of the hat and then the audience like stands up and cheers and stuff. Like it's like how God not only pulled him out of that, but used it to like reach everyone else and help them with it too.
Yeah, I think it's kind of connected, but I love Next Semester from the Clancy album, and that one's all about like Tyler struggling with like suicide and struggling with trying to live. And in the song, he's on the road and sees the car coming at him and begins to accept that he's going to die. Like he's like almost choosing to die. But then the driver swerves out of his way and yells at him to start fresh next semester, to live again, to keep living. And it's, in that sense, it's a similar, I don't like using the phrase divine intervention, but it's kind of like that, the God coming to you in your darkest moments, in the times when you're facing death, facing the devil, and pushing you out of them, shining the light back on you, and encouraging you to live. I think I'm going to keep saying it for however long this podcast will continue going, but that's just my favorite part of 21 Pilots, is the continuing to live and using what you struggled with. It's the most beautiful part about 21 Pilots, about the Clancy lore, and about just everything with Tyler and Josh. I love learning about them and all the things that they do, and yeah, it's meant a lot to me in my life, and I think it's something that when I create and when I write things, I want to do something similar, to use the things I've struggled with, and to create something to encourage others to live on.
Yeah.
Through the hard things.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love I forgot, I guess, all my notes, but like thinking of you got pulled out as like going back to like what he got pulled out of is this video and songs and stuff really connects back even further to his early discography of Trees and earlier song Forest, that's on an album that isn't out anywhere anymore. It's regional at best, but those are both songs of like just feeling lost and like trying to find something. Like Trees is like how they end every concert is with that song, because that's like such
the best moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a good one that like just connects to everybody. It's like uh, standing alone in the trees, screaming hello, like trying to find God. I think.
Yeah.
But then Forest is similar. It's like he's but he's, that's actually more like connecting with a bunch of people who are all doing that same thing.
Yeah.
Like going and singing a song to try to find help in this dark time, and that's what's really cool about this video. The original title for this animation was called Out of the Trees, or
Forest.
Out of a Forest. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Mm.
So it's like just seems like a blatant reference. Like this is him getting pulled out of that.
Yeah.
And for that to be, yeah, like you said, it's to be directly related to God, and like it. And I think that seemed clearly like that looked like the hand of God pulling him.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no.
And I think he even more confirmed it that the director of the original animator for that said like he's like, that wasn't my worldview. He's like, the way they interpreted it wasn't my worldview. Like this is different, but we know that they're Christians, and this is what they.
Oh yeah.
If he's saying like they brought their worldview into him, like we know they're Christians, and that this is how they were interpreting it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's the thing with 21 Pilots is that, yeah, the music of 21 Pilots can belong to anyone. Anyone can connect to it. But at the end of the day, their worldview is Christian, and the way that they write their music is going to be from a Christian perspective. Obviously, in their music, they're not trying to jump down your throats with it. They're not trying to. They're not necessarily trying to convert you. But the beauty of what they do is that they can create music for anyone and connect it to so many different types of worldviews, and yet maintain their Christian, the Christian perspective in it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely see like a longing and a seeking in all their songs, and that's what I think is universal. Like everyone's looking for these things. Like we're going through Ecclesiastes at church right now, and it's like says like eternity is written on everyone's heart, and you have this like everyone, even secular music, sometimes quotes Ecclesiastes and saying like the like it's all vanity and stuff. Like Cake has a song that's just going through like it was all vanity and stuff. So, and that just goes to the like fear of death. Like if we're gonna die one day, this life isn't permanent. What do we do? How do we deal with that? And that's what a lot of their songs directly are tackling. So, but we do know that they have a Christian worldview, and they have a hope that goes beyond that, and you can see that in their songs as well. So it will have like the hopelessness and the like trying to seek it, but then it always has like a hopeful point in it too.
Yeah.
And that's what Drag Path though specifically is like the most like direct of their songs, I think. And being that it's like saying like you found me, like it's the other ones are like trees, it's saying like calling for help, and holding on to you is like trying to hold on and stuff. But this one is like, no, you found me though. Like this is, it happened.
Yeah, I think that it's beautiful that this is kind of like that. Drag Path is like the last song we have so far. Like so far, obviously, hopefully they're gonna write more music, but at least from the Clancy era, this is the last song we'll get. And it's not necessarily a lore-based song, though it's easy to connect it to the lore and Torchbearer finding Clancy and what Clancy struggles through. But that is the beautiful part about Drag Path, is that you can see Tyler's growth as a person in him struggling with his own life and his faith, and trying to figure out how to live through it, how to continue on. And then all that culminating in Drag Path, where you can I don't know, it's not necessarily the first song that does it, but it's the most prominent song that does it, and it's the last one that does it, where he turns to God and gives it up to him. Gives up this saving of his life to God.
Yeah.
Which I think that is the gospel, is that giving your life over to God and having salvation in him. It's just a lot of beautiful imagery. The music video does it justice. Anyone who hates the music video, you're stupid. I'm just kidding. But no.
Yeah, that's a part in the music video a bunch of people keep pointing out. It's like the first time it says "You found me" in the song is when it shows like these lights coming on. They're turning on these string lights, but it's like 3 lights it's focused in on, and that references back to one of their old songs where he was having doubts, and it said like "Isn't the judge," which is also like thinking in Christian perspective, like, oh yeah, the judge, we know him. But he says like 3 lights are lit, but the 4th one's out, and that's like, I think it seems like a clear. People interpret it a lot of different ways, but I think it's a clear reference to the Trinity.
Yeah,
it's like the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. They're still lit. They're still like shining bright, but him in that equation is still out.
Right.
That's how he felt back then.
Right.
In this music video, it doesn't have a 4th light that's out. It just shows the 3 that are lit.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a song that wholly leans on God. And like that, the 3 lights are lit, 4th one's out. That goes back also like to Taxi Cab. Love Taxi Cab. At the end, it's the 3 drivers and him coming out of his coffin. Him who is struggling to fight death on his own, and who can't do anything about it, and yet the Trinity, the 3 drivers, are the ones that are doing all the work to bring him into the light.
Yeah. He's trying to escape it, and then the coffin finally opens, and he sees like where his fingernails scratched at it, but he couldn't open it. But he says like they must have picked the lock because now it just opened, and he's already like in the back of their car, seeing their heads like driving him.
Yeah, I love that. It's why Drag Path is such a fitting conclusion to the lore and to the band as a whole in this current phase that they're in. If they retire, so be it, but please don't retire, 21 Pilots. That'd be really sad. But it is a fitting end to this time right now. In Tyler at least in his music, finally accepting that it's not on him. That he isn't the one that has to fight to live. That the fight it can be done for him in God. And I think that's like the biggest comfort. Like, yes, fight to live, continue pursuing to live and struggling through what is hard, but at the end of the day, you have to remember you need to rely on God. I think that's what the art that we make should always point to, is, yes, acknowledging human suffering and human struggle, but most of all acknowledging that it doesn't matter if God isn't doing it for you. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you got? Something else you want to hit?
I feel like we could go so long,
Yeah.
honestly. I do think I want to just kind of go back to something you started to talk about a while ago, which is like how Tyler doesn't want to be like in your face about it. Like,
Right.
He doesn't want to have it be like shove the gospel down your throat kind of deal.
Right.
It is about that, like the search for it and the longing and stuff that points to it.
Yeah.
Without being upfront. Like he has like, I have on my jacket this tattoo of like a cross and like all these tattoos that have like specific meanings to him. And when people ask him about it, he says like he doesn't want to like say what you should believe on a mic. He doesn't think that feels right. He feels like he has a whole song about it too. It's clear on that album that's not out there anymore, regional at best, but it's like he has this conflict in him, like where he wants to say what he believes and share it like blatantly,
Right.
but then at the same time he doesn't want to be like the preacher, like street preacher with a microphone type of deal, he's like, so he has this conflict. He's like, I could either do that, or I could say things that like point to that, like point to that being the answer. And he talks about his tattoos, saying like, if you talk to him one-on-one, he'll tell you everything about them, like what they mean to him. And that's why he has them, is so that he can open a door. 'Cause he got them when he was a waiter.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't just go up to people's table and be like, hey, do you know Jesus? But if somebody like asks him, like, hey, what's that tattoo about? He could be like, oh, well, you just opened the door and asked me about it. But if you're not wanting to know about that, then he's not gonna like force it on you.
Right.
And that's, I think, a cool, an interesting thing to think about when you're an artist and making art for the glory of God. Like, how do you go about that? Do you put a cross in every painting you do and like have the gospel written out in every book you write and stuff, or do you have things that will point to it in a creative and beautiful way that and I don't think he's like in his song Clear, I really don't think he's necessarily condemning either ways.
No.
He was just trying to figure himself out what he wants to do, and I think that's what we as Christian artists we have to do too. We have to figure out, how do I do this to glorify God, and do I have to be blatant about it and just say like paint crosses, or do I paint things that point to a cross?
Yeah, I think it's clear that that's the song. Yeah, I think that is the only way that we can really look at it. It depends on what God calls you to. God may call you to be an explicitly Christian artist, or God may call you to be a Christian artist who implies the meaning of the gospel. At the end of the day, though, you're a Christian artist, and your work is going to reflect Christ, as so much of 21 Pilots' work does. But their choice to not be singing gospel songs all the time isn't a wrong choice. I think they've had a huge impact through not doing that. That I don't think they'd have the same impact if they chose to do that. There are also a lot of big gospel singing Christians who have their own big impact. I think it depends on what you think. It depends on what God is calling you to. I think what you can glean from 21 Pilots in their pursuit of Christ is your pursuit of art should reflect what God is calling to you. You shouldn't force something out of you that God isn't calling you to. So while you're still trying to figure out art, be trying to figure out what God wants you to do with it. Because there is something he wants you to do. We are creation meant to create. Podcast name. But that's what we're meant to do. So if we're going to do it the way God wants you to do it. Not as you're a slave to the ideas of God. You get to be one who, you get to be a vessel that gets to create for God. That's the perspective you should have in it, however you do it.
That's 21 Pilots reference, by the way.
Vessel.
One of the best albums.
I'm not a nerd, I promise.
We're definitely nerds.
I'm a nerd.
What do you think this podcast is?
Why do you think we have all this stuff? This is only a fraction. But yeah. I love 21 Pilots.
That goes back to the music video too. Like, I think that's his calling. Is God pulled him out of that and made him a performer.
Yeah.
It's like called him out and was like, okay, this is your calling.
Yeah.
Go do it. And he was happy.
He was. He smiled, even though his whole family died. It was nuts. Yeah. I think this is good. I love Drug Path. I love the music video. I'm excited for the movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be dope. And I mean, even if it's just rewatching a live concert,
which we've been to multiple of.
I'm still going to love it. It's going to be amazing.
Probably some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, that's also going to be cool.
Part of me, I doubt it, but part of me really hopes that they have the Drag Pass video like at the beginning, like a Pixar movie, like a short.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either way, it's been a fun journey. we're definitely going to talk about more of 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
This is just the most current thing that's happening. We have to cover the lore one day, or at least part of the lore because it's huge. But we have to cover the lore. We have to cover more of the albums. But for now, this is a good start. Listen to 21 Pilots if you haven't. They're awesome. Shout out to Josh Dunn. You're my favorite. Still love you, Tyler. And yeah. You got anything else for them?
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll be back probably after the movie. I feel like we'll be fired up again and want to talk about the lore more.
We might have a part 2.
Because, we had to, like, intentionally decide not to talk about the lore as much today, but next time.
Next time, yeah.
Watch out for lore.
Yeah, we'll probably do a part 2 for the next episode. We're going to be more consistent with the episodes coming up. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We are Creation Creating Podcast. I am Joshua Bishop again.
I'm Ryan Oxman.
And we'll see you next time.
Then the sun begins to rise. We made it through the darkest night. You found me